share with you two models. One on vegetable growing and the second one is small fishing. So vegetable growing, we are working with around 1,000 farmers in a very intensive way. 500 farmers per location in 2 states. And these vegetables are being grown in an organic way. So no chemical inputs at all they are using. So if you see, these are the vegetables with no chemical inputs. But I will also share with you the kind of inputs they are using. I mean, whatever they are using for managing pest or improving the soil health, it's all organic. So they use biofertilizer to say and biopesticide to manage the pest and also to manage the soil health. So we have the details, what is the composition of this biofertilizer, biopest, we can share with you electronically also. But marketing is a major challenge, is a major concern. We are not able to break through this limitation where these women producers are still now there going to the local markets, nearby markets to sell their produce on retail basis. And as Marcia was mentioning, the same there, I mean in rural, semi-rural or semi-urban areas, you don't get additional value of your product being organic. So we are still struggling how to link them with markets, retail chains, so that they get value of the methods they are using to produce. So that was mainly in vegetables. So Kalpana would share with us the fishery experience.
We have project strengthening of women's collective. Fisherwomen actually generally they go to buy the fish. Their main occupation is vending, fish vending. Apart from that, actually they are depend on other occupation also, livelihoods also. They take the fish, they buy the fish from the harbour directly to the sea coast where when the men comes with the fish, they go and they buy from them, and then they go to sell the markets. We have few markets, not very, and which are not gender sensitized markets. We don't have any facilities, and before that actually they even sell their fish in the nearby villages and within villages and outside villages also. Transport is a big problem in this area because generally buses and the local private transport, they don't allow these women to be with the fishes because they smell. So that is a big challenge for them. And the market is also a big challenge because sometimes they do stay in the villages itself. If they get late nights, they have to stay in the villages and then they do sleep at the bus stands only. So this is also this is actually they even face the sexual violence and other problems also. So and they come back again the next day in the morning. Generally they do invest 4,000 to 5,000 to buy the fish. Before our intervention, they do preserve the fish in the baskets like this. But now after our interventions, now they are preserving in the ice boxes and to keep for 1 week. And this is a technology actually we have. The whatever fish they left, they do dry this fish and they do sell the fish.
Okay, thank you very much. Two questions. What challenge?
First question.
আমি বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম যে এইখানে তো নারীরা কাজ করতেছে, নারীরা বাজারে যাইতেছে এবং নারীরা মাছ নিয়ে আসতেছে বাজারে এবং বাজারে তারা সেল করতেছে। তো আমাদের বাংলাদেশ মুসলিম কান্ট্রি, তো সেই রাষ্ট্রে আসলে নারীরা কৃষি কাজ করে মাঠে গিয়ে, কিন্তু তারা বাজারে যাইতে চায় না। তো এখন আমি বলতে চাই যে আপনারা ওদেরকে বাজারমুখী করার জন্য এবং বাজারে গিয়ে যে ওরা ব্যবসা করতেছে, এইখানে ওদের কীভাবে নেবেন? এখানে কোনো কি আপনাদের এলাকায় কোনো সমস্যা দেখা যায় না? এবং আপনার দেশের নারীরা কি প্রথম থেকে ইচ্ছে করেই ওই বাজারমুখী হয়েছে, না আপনারা কোনোভাবে না কোনো তাদেরকে বাজারমুখী করেছেন?
Shall we follow? I think you can follow.
He's talking
Yeah,
about women's mobility in Bangladesh.
Can you speak a little bit loud?
In Bangladesh, women's mobility merely to self-produce is a matter of concern. It's a bottleneck for them. They are not allowed to go from their family also. They are not allowed.
For the religious cause also.
Yeah. So how do you see? I mean, is it a similar situation in your place, or in that sense, mobility is not a problem? Society doesn't kind of stop women going to sell products.
No, in particularly in our area, women go out to sell the fishes. So
Traditionally, that is the occupation of women fishers. Men catch fish and women sell the fish. That is the traditional pattern for the past so many years. So they don't have any problem.
And same with vegetables also. Vegetables also, these women don't have any restriction going to market and sell. They produce also and they sell it in the market as well.
They can access money.
They can access market.
Other question?
Just, I would like to ask one thing. That is, you are telling about organic production. In case of brinjal, in Bangladesh, we are facing a lot of problems. Main problem is there is the shoot and fruit borer. That is, larva strains. They are attacking in that sense. And it is too much difficult to control the pest without chemical. How you are doing that?
See, two things we usually do. Maybe I will not be able to explain you in detail everything, but one is we treat the seed in advance. The brinjal seeds, when we do it, we treat the seed in advance in an organic way. There is a composition in which that is being done. So there have been experiences that those seeds who are treated organically, they are less prone to pest attack later on. That is one. And secondly, they spray some liquid kind of paste that is being prepared by the villagers. That is also again composition of many things. That also to a certain extent helps to control that. But you are right, in many cases farmers are again forced when they don't find any solutions and the crop is standing, so they are forced to kind of seek advice to use chemical pest control measures also. But they keep exploring. But if there is a new pest attack happening this year, what could be the way out? What has been the reasons for that? So they keep exploring that also. So we are in the kind of exploratory phase. We have good experiences also, bitter experiences also. We are learning from them.
I think it's...
Just for discussion point, I'll make one point. See, the individual entrepreneurship versus group entrepreneurship. There is, our experience says that the individual entrepreneurships, because of their own enthusiasm, interest and skill part, they are quite successful than group entrepreneurships. So in group, normally they look for, women mostly look for some kind of external support. So how do we manage this? So what level, at what level, what kind of support is necessary to make it successful when it comes to cooperatives or group entrepreneurships?
Great. Thank you very much.